we would like to say it's important for all leaders to have some level of education. However, we would like to propose a review of the law, that the level of education required for elective posts be a post-secondary school qualification, which could be a certificate course or a diploma and not mandatory bachelor's degree. As a party, we will therefore support any efforts to help legalize the legal review to this end. We would like to urge the President to refocus the nation on Agenda 4 issues raised by Kofi Annan-led mediation team between 2007 to 2008, after the post-election violence. These issues include youth unemployment, national cohesion, land reform, constitutional reform, social justice and equality, transparency, accountability. It is a view of the United Green Movement Party that we should get these Agenda 4 issues sorted. It would not matter who the next president of Kenya would be. Kenya is suffering a myriad of problems because of inequality and impunity, amongst other issues. These are the things we need sorted, not coronations and endorsements all over the place. Number 3, with regard to COVID-19 containments, we would like to state that the government is being reckless with how they are handling this pandemic, especially by leading the Madaraka Day celebrations in Kisumu. Both the President and former Prime Minister Raila Odinga addressed huge political rallies in total disregard for COVID-19 protocols. Watching the infections in Western Kenya soar, they now introduce lockdowns in so-called red zone areas. The government should have a proper plan on how to deal with COVID-19, which amongst others should include social safety nets of cash transfers to millions of Kenyans who have lost their jobs and livelihood as a result of this pandemic, as well as support for the most vulnerable in the society. Number 4, lastly, as the United Green Movement Party, we have taken notice of the 2022 general elections timetable as released by the Independent Electoral Boundaries Commission yesterday. We would like to promise Kenyans that as a party, we will continue living our manifesto of championing issues that would help Kenya deal with youth unemployment, environmental conservation and management, stabilization of the economy, and reduction of Kenya's debt burden, as well as social justice and equality. Beyond being the Green Party that promises total inclusivity, we are also a political party that runs based on a green ideology, guided by a set of values and principles. We believe in the aspirations of the founding father of Kenya, where plenty is found within our borders. We support inclusive institutions, that is an independent judiciary, a parliament that does its oversight role without being bulldozed.
Of that particular rule of law are engraved in our constitution, which makes the people of Kenya supreme under Article 1 of the Constitution. The Constitution of Kenya 2010 anticipated that the term of parliament was therefore fixed. You know, unlike the Moi days when he would wake up and tell us the date of the election depending on his mood, the Constitution of Kenya 2010 understood that particular problem and therefore fixed the term of any parliament to be 5 years. As we speak right now, the next date of the election, and we thank IEBC for getting one thing right, at least they rolled out the calendar this time around. The next election of Kenya in 2022 is going to happen on 9th August because it's the second Tuesday of the 5th year. There is a group of Kenyans who think that they can postpone or push the next date of the election. that is how to live in utopia. It is good to know that all of us are created equal and we have certain inalienable rights, and part of those rights include civic and political rights, which make us express ourselves as the people of Kenya. And that the next election of Kenya should and must happen on the 9th of August 2022. The Constitution anticipates only once that you can postpone elections under Article 142 of the Constitution with 6 months if at all Kenya is at war. And that particular provision is also very clear that, you can postpone it for 6 months. We take a review, see if at all there's a reason, if at all the situations have calmed, and then push for a further 6 months. So even the Constitution in itself, anticipating that you can postpone an election because Kenya is at war, also put the precincts under which you can push that, which means you can only push it for 6 months because Kenya is at war, come back to the drawing board, review, is the war over or not? Unless the people who are telling us that they want to postpone the election want to take us to war, which is really sad, that a normal Kenyan walking the streets can actually tell us we're going to war so that you postpone the election. I think that will be a fallacy, far from the aspirations of the Constitution. So we should tell Kenyans, that's why we are here as a political party. We are planning because we know and we will ensure that unless they bring war, which we doubt they can, they have no ability, Kenya will go to the elections on the 9th of August 2022.